Let's take a look at 3 new brushes I created for Photoshop in September of 2019. You can download these brushes from my website at aaronrutten.com. I'll put a link in the description of this video. The first brush that we'll take a look at is found in my Painterly category. It's called Paint Splat. I'm going to select this purple color here, and I'll paint with this brush. And you can see I get this really nice splattery paint effect with a lot of texture and character. I can use lighter pressure if I want paint that's more transparent, or I can use heavier pressure if I want paint that's more opaque. I'm going to select a blue color to mix in here. The next brush that we'll take a look at is also found in the Painterly category. This is called Knife Canvas. I'm going to select a black color here. Right now I'm just painting on this white background layer. Now this particular brush supports barrel rotation if your pen supports barrel rotation, so I can rotate my pen like so and change the angle of my mark. So you can use this brush kind of like a palette knife on canvas. I can build up my strokes like this. You'll notice that it kind of blends into the white and then begins to cover it gradually. There's also a bit of dotted canvas pattern along the edges. You can fade out to that canvas pattern as well using very light pen pressure. Select a red color and you can see how the paint kind of gradually blends together. You can kind of mix it and smudge it in a painterly way. But again, because you can angle your brush, then you can get all kinds of really interesting results. You can also set this to sample all layers, although it may slow down the brush. And if you wanted to, you could create additional layers and you can sample the paint as you paint on a completely separate layer. So I'm still mixing that color that's underneath on this layer here as I'm painting on this new layer. If you don't want it to do that, turn off sample layer colors, and you could of course create a new layer. And if you wanted more of a dry effect where the paint that you're putting down isn't affected by the layers underneath, then you could do that. You'll also see more of that dotted canvas texture when you're working this way. If you wanted it to blend, you could of course turn on sample all layers, then you get that more smudgy painterly effect. But as you can see, the brush slows down quite a bit. And the third and final brush is found in the nature category. It's called Dirt. I'm going to select kind of a brownish color like this, and I'll paint, and you can see that I get this nice dirty texture. So if I just build it up in one spot, you can see get this nice clump of dirt, or I can do quick long strokes and I can kind of build it up gradually like so. So you could use this to paint a beach or rocks or pebbles, all kinds of stuff. I'll go ahead and fill my canvas with that brown color. And you can see if I start to build up some lighter browns on top of that darker brown, it gives you more of the feeling of dirt. Now there is kind of an overall texture within this dirt as well. If we go to our brush settings and we look under texture, then we can make that scale of that texture larger or smaller by changing the scale. And then the dirt will clump together differently. If we decrease the scale, then we have finer breaks in between each of the clumps. This is something subtle that's a little bit hard to see. You can also change your texture to something completely different if you like. There are lots of other textures here, such as rock patterns, and you can use those to get some interesting results. So there you go. That's a demonstration of how you can use the 3 new brushes I created for Photoshop in September of 2019. Get these brushes now at aaronrutten.com.